In a surprising turn of events, the USA women's basketball team, once unbeatable, is now facing serious challenges at the Paris Olympics. Diana Taurasi, a well-known veteran player, has been benched after a series of poor performances. But what has shocked everyone even more is the absence of Caitlin Clark from the Olympic team. This decision is now under intense scrutiny as Team USA struggles to maintain its legendary status. Caitlin Clark's absence is becoming more noticeable with each game. The USA team, which was once a powerhouse, now seems vulnerable, and fans are starting to notice. In their recent game against Nigeria, the attendance was only 12,436, a sharp decline compared to the packed arenas where Clark plays in the WNBA. But it's not just about the number of fans. On the court, Team USA is missing the energy and skill that Clark brings. Their narrow 88-74 win against Nigeria was far from the dominating performances we're used to seeing from this team. Clark's shooting, court vision, and ability to energize her teammates and fans are sorely missed. In the WNBA, she averages over 17.1 points and 8.2 assists per game. And she doesn't just score, she makes everyone around her better. While Team USA is still winning, they're not showing the same level of dominance or excitement that has defined them for years. The decision to leave Clark out of the team is looking more and more like a mistake, not just because of her stats, but because of the energy and excitement she brings to the game. It seems that Team USA took a gamble by not including her, and it's not paying off. Meanwhile, back in the United States, Caitlin Clark is making the most of her time away from the Olympics. Instead of feeling down about not being selected, she's using this time to improve her game and get ready for what could be a groundbreaking playoff run with the Indiana Fever. Sources from the team have noticed that Clark has been spending extra time in the gym, working on her shooting and getting in top shape. But she's not just focusing on her own skills. She's also working closely with her teammates to build chemistry and develop plays that could make the Fever a real contender in the playoffs. Her attitude is inspiring as she combines hard work with joy, making her training sessions productive and uplifting for everyone around her. This period of intense training, without the pressure of the Olympics, might turn out to be a blessing for Clark and her team. While other players are dealing with the stress and pressure of international competition, Clark is quietly preparing for what could be a historic run in the WNBA playoffs. The excitement around Caitlin Clark's potential in the upcoming WNBA playoffs is growing. If you thought Clark was impressive during the regular season, just wait until you see her in the playoffs, where stars are made. Clark has already shown what she can do under pressure. Remember her triple-double against the New York Liberty?
Penetrating, Thornton with a three on the way, and the first triple-double for a rookie. Caitlin Clark has it. More history for the Fever rookie.
She scored 19 points, grabbed 12 rebounds, and made 13 assists against one of the league's best teams. And she did it with ease. But Clark is known for stepping up when the stakes are highest. Just look at her college career, where she led Iowa to the national championship game. Now, with a full season of WNBA experience, she's even more dangerous. Clark's basketball intelligence is unmatched, and in a playoff series, that's crucial. She'll adapt from game to game, finding and exploiting weaknesses in her opponents that others might miss. In the high-pressure environment of the WNBA playoffs, don't be surprised if Clark takes her game to new heights. Some are already talking about the possibility of her leading one of the greatest playoff runs in WNBA history. It's not just about her individual brilliance, it's how she makes everyone around her better. The Indiana Fever, once seen as long shots, are now being talked about as potential dark horses thanks to Caitlin Clark.
The Fever are 7th in the league with an 11-15 record and are hoping to return to the playoffs for the first time since 2016.
The season resumes this Friday night after that month-long break for the Olympics. They are back to work and everybody excited. They take on Phoenix on Friday night. They have another game on Sunday. Let's take you into practice as the Fever are focused on the next 14 games as they try to make a push for the playoffs. They had a nice break. Everybody needed a break. They needed to step away, kind of reset things, and Caitlin Clark says she needed a break, but now she's happy to be back with a game on the schedule Friday night.
On the other side, Cheryl Reeve's decision-making is under intense scrutiny as Team USA struggles to keep up its dominance. Benching a legend like Diana Taurasi against Nigeria was a bold move, showing that something wasn't working as expected. Taurasi, despite her great career, has been struggling, scoring just 3 points in the last 3 games. This necessary decision highlighted a broader issue. The team's composition and strategy may not be up to par. Reeve's choice to prioritize experience over current form is now being questioned by both fans and analysts, including veterans like Taurasi and Chelsea Gray, while leaving out younger, dynamic players like Caitlin Clark seems increasingly problematic as each game passes. Pressure is on Reeve to justify her choices, especially as Caitlin Clark continues to shine back home in the WNBA.
So it'd be premature for me to have any conversations about any player or anything until I see that announcement.
Looking beyond this Olympics, it's clear that the landscape of USA basketball and the WNBA is changing, with Clark at the forefront. The future of USA basketball is at a crossroads. The dominance we've seen in past Olympics is no longer guaranteed. Other nations are catching up, and if the US wants to stay ahead, it needs to change. Caitlin Clark represents that change. Her style of play, marked by deep three-pointers, flashy passes, and an incredible understanding of the game, is where basketball is headed. It's exciting, it's marketable, and most importantly, it works. Looking ahead to the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles, it's hard to imagine a scenario where Clark isn't the face of Team USA. By then, she'll be in her prime, with years of WNBA experience behind her. The question won't be whether Clark will make the team, but how the team will be built around her unique talents. The Caitlin Clark effect is likely to inspire a new generation of players, increasing youth basketball participation and changing the way the game is played. For the WNBA, Clark's rise couldn't have come at a better time. The league is growing, but it needs star power to elevate it to the next level. Clark has the potential to be that star, much like how Steph Curry changed the NBA with his style of play. As the WNBA playoffs approach, anticipation is reaching new heights. The stage is set for what could be one of the most thrilling postseasons in WNBA history, with all eyes on Caitlin Clark. But the road ahead won't be easy. The Indiana Fever will face teams with more playoff experience, established stars, and defenses designed to stop Clark. The pressure will be immense. Can she keep up her amazing form when every possession counts? How will she handle the tougher, more physical playoff basketball? Will her teammates step up when defenses focus on stopping her? These are the questions that will be answered in the coming weeks, and the basketball world is watching closely. Meanwhile, Team USA is fighting for gold in Paris without Clark. Every time they struggle or fail to dominate as expected, Clark's absence becomes more noticeable. The tension between what could have been and what's actually happening now is almost tangible. And let's not forget Cheryl Reeve and the decision-makers at USA Basketball. If Team USA fails to win gold, or even if they win, but struggle to do so, how will they justify leaving a talent like Clark off the roster? The pressure on them is just as intense as the pressure on the players. As we enter this critical period, the stakes have never been higher. For Clark, it's a chance to prove her doubters wrong. For the Fever, it's an opportunity to exceed expectations. For Team USA, it's a fight to maintain their golden legacy. And for fans, It's the promise of witnessing history in the making. The excitement is building, the tension is mounting, and the basketball world is waiting to see what happens next. What do you think? Will Caitlin Clark lead the Fever to a historic playoff run? How many records will she break? And most importantly, is Team USA regretting their decision to leave her off the Olympic roster? Share your predictions and thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this content, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated with all our latest videos.